That was big man breathing.
Yeah,
what that was. Sal, let that man catch his breath.
It take a little longer for our oxygen to get to our lungs, Scott.
Under the current playoff format, roughly 5 out of every 6 teams who begins the season 3-0 has gone to make the playoffs. There are 6 3-0 teams. Indy, the only 8th outlier based on preseason expectations. They had just a 34% chance to make the playoffs. It's now up to 87%. Let's run the hurry up.
Hurry! Hurry up! On the way! Have a sense of urgency!
All right, I'm going to lead us off tonight on the hurry up. And the idea, fellas, the premise is most impressive win that you found most significant, however you want to frame it. I was tempted to go with the Chargers, a 3-0 start, all within the division. That's significant. I was tempted to go with Tampa Bay. 3 wins all came in the last minute of the game. We've never seen that since the merger. Instead, I'm going to go with the 3-0 Colts because not one single human being that does any of our shows or any show anywhere was saying, you know who I think is going to be good this year? The Colts. Everybody's making fun of Daniel Jones. You could have had him for free last year. They are 3-0. They've scored 103 points through 3 games. That's the most they've ever scored through 3 games in the history of the Colts. They used to have a guy that has a Manning cast now. My time's running out. I'm just saying I salute the Colts because nobody thought they could be this. Also, 2 teams in the division, 0-3. I see it, Colts. We'll see you late in the season against San Francisco.
From a team that was undefeated to a team that was pretty much defeated until this last week, and that's the Cleveland Browns. Salute to them. You have a heartbreaking loss to start the season, and then you get blown out by the Baltimore Ravens. And who walks in? The Green Bay Packers, who seem unbeatable since they've acquired Michael Parsons. You have a defense in Myles Garrett that is absolutely outstanding. You block a punt late, you get a turnover late, and you find ways to score points. And by the way, Joe Flacco, that old man, that 40-year-old, puts you in field goal position. You have a young field goal kicker that steps up and absolutely nails it down the middle. There are a lot of teams in this league who would have given up, who wouldn't have played hard, who would have looked at themselves the week before against Baltimore and said we had no chance. But the Cleveland Browns and Kevin Stefanski did not. Huge win.
RC, I want you to wait for the clock to start next time.
Right.
That's cheap. All right?
They don't
Start the clock.
They don't start the clock.
Start the clock. I'm going with the Bears.
The clock's running.
I'm going with the Bears. Leave me alone, damn it. You're working into my time. I'm going with the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams, phenomenal job. Ben Johnson getting his first win in a major way against the Dallas Cowboys. But I love the progression that I saw from this quarterback. I love the progression that I saw from the confidence of this play caller as well. The defense came up with big turnovers. But the story of the night was Caleb Williams and his comfortability within the pocket, not trying to create too many plays of electricity, playing quarterback how you need to play quarterback in the NFL majority of the time, and then being great with the athleticism and getting outside of the pocket. Kudos to the Bears.
My turn?
I'm not saying anything.
You know who
I'm
I'm
trying to
going
get
with?
swag.
The Philadelphia Eagles this past week looked like the Philadelphia Pigeons in the first half against the Los Angeles Rams. They couldn't get anything going outside of the first touchdown off the interception from Zach Bond, and it was 3 and out after 3 and out, sack after sack. My man Jalen Hurts couldn't get nothing going. They found themselves trailing big time in the 3rd quarter, and how could they come back? It's not like they got a top 10 quarterback. Huh? No, they ain't got it, JK. A.J. Brown ain't had but 6 catches, but my man like Willie Mays Hayes got one over the shoulder, and that got the momentum going. All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts out there like point guard, Devontae Smith catching it over on the corner, and Jordan Davis, the big man, coming up with the big man ball and block down the middle. They don't know no quit in Philadelphia. I don't care that my time's up. There we go, go Birds, baby. Take all your time, JK. Take all the time, man, JK.
It ain't out of you yet, and I love it.
Damn.
It's not out of you
The
yet.
damn Philadelphia Pigeons. They don't do nothing but poop.
Can I get a go Birds? To see all of Sunday's action, watch NFL Primetime with Boomer and Booger only on ESPN Plus, available Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, so you can watch anytime you want on the all-new ESPN app.
I think Sonic and Knuckles is pretty apparent. Jahmyr Gibbs is just faster than everybody else.
Gone, baby! End zone! Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
David is always trucking people, running dudes over.
Still going. David Montgomery running through tacklers.
They just complement each other so well. One's fast and one will really run you over.
Bouncing off the tackle is Montgomery.
To me, they're the perfect combination. You got everything you need out of those 2 players.
Me and him, I liked him for life. It's just fun.
Sonic and Knuckles, call them whatever you want. It is rare for a team to have two players rush for double-digit touchdowns in the same season. Gibbs and Montgomery have done that in both seasons as teammates in Detroit, the only duo in NFL history with 10 rushing scores in back-to-back seasons. Gibbs, kind enough to visit with us now. Ryan Clark and Stephen A. Smith, great to have you with us. Take it away.
Well, I appreciate you, Scott, and now it's time for me to reveal our big guest, my pastel brother, my starburst brother, Stephen A. Smith, and we're here on the field with Pro Bowl running back Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr, you got back going last week with the big plays. The offense was creating those dynamic plays, pushing the ball down the field. What did you guys speak about in between week 1 and week 2 that you needed to adjust?
Mostly just getting a run game going. The first week was not used to, our standards, so just getting that back going.
Jahmyr, why did week 1 happen the way that it did? So much noise was made about the fact that Coach Campbell had lost both offensive and defensive coordinators in Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. How much of a factor was that in the first week struggles?
I think it was just mainly us, just communicating from the line to receivers, quarterback, running backs, everybody was miscommunication. It was just a bad game on our part, so.
With Dan Campbell being someone who everybody thinks of at Lions, how important was it for you guys to come out and show that in week 2 in that game, to say we still are physical, we still are a good running football team, especially after losing some of those guys in the middle?
Yeah, every team I think has a bad game. We just had to come back and shake back and play to our standards, so that was the main thing. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about what happened, considering what happened last year in the playoffs with the Washington Commanders? All of us looking at it, we just said injuries. If it weren't for that, who knows what would have happened with the Detroit Lions? Was that the mentality that the rest of you guys had coming into the season?
We got that far with those injuries, so I think any game we could have won, so I really don't make that excuse. So, but it is fun having everybody back and playing with each other again, so it's a fun thing.
All right, Jahmyr, so I'm going to throw you this ball because I have a question. Now, I got to come to training camp, and I saw during individual periods, you were lined up all over the place, at slot receiver, at number 1 in the backfield. You had 10 catches early on in the first game against the Packers, but couldn't create the big play. When are we going to start to see some of the utilization of you in the pass game? Because that's a huge mismatch, especially with you and Demo on the field.
Can't really say that. We have to wait and see, I ain't gonna spill no beans, but we have to wait.
Yeah, well, we waiting to see a lot of things when it comes to the Detroit Lions, and we scour the NFC right now. You got the Eagles as the defending Super Bowl champions. We see Green Bay coming. The Los Angeles Rams can't be summarily dismissed, but because the coordinators have changed and what have you, people question it. I look at y'all and I say, y'all still got the same weapons. I'm very confident in y'all. How confident are you guys in yourselves now compared with whatever level of confidence you may have possessed last year?
Mainly, I think it's just the players. We still got the same players, and I think it's players or a scheme any day. So, players make plays. So I think it's the main thing.
Now, let's get to tonight. Listen, 2 years ago, this team was 5-1, right? You're playing against the Baltimore Ravens. It was